you like First Amendment audit, or is that what I have to tell you that you can't film on our property?
Well, I'm pretty sure that I can.
If you don't leave, I'm just going to have to call law enforcement.
So you're going to possibly subject me to harm because I'm exercising a right. I understand that they're giving you a job to do, but maybe you should become a whistleblower and let them know that you don't want to infringe on a citizen's rights. That would be the right thing to do. The thing about a policy in the Constitution is they are diametrically opposed. So I have a right to do something. The policy obviously is trying to infringe on that right, but I don't want to give up my rights.
Did you get pre-approval? You should just call Lexi's office.
I got pre-approval. I definitely got pre-approval.
From who?
The Constitution.
Okay.
No, honestly. Can you guys call a sergeant here? Somewhat of a higher authority, just to make sure, because y'all stepping in.
For what purpose, though?
Because y'all steady here trying
He's gonna tell you the same thing we've told you.
Well, then if he does, and if you guys trying to force me to leave, then I'm going to have to file some complaints because I'm here exercising my rights. It's going to get bigger than it's going to get bigger than that. I'm going to keep it real. If it's not a law, then I'm not breaking the law. Because there's three things about a policy, officer. Policy is not law. It doesn't have the force of law. And if I ignore the policy, that's not breaking the law. See, the officer played a game today, Deputy Chief. So I like to play a game too. It's called chess. You play it too, right? So it's my move. Now, they just made their move. You know, they pushed their pawn up. They brought their bishop out. Now I'm going to bring my knight out. My knight is me filing all these FOIAs and these complaints. It's going to be determined that he did violate my rights. Now, that got to be checkmate. You know what they say about law in itself? You can't convert a constitutionally protected right into a crime. You can't create a law that violates people's rights. You can't. It'll be null and void at the end of the day.
We live in a country where it's perfectly acceptable for tyrants to hypocritically display liberty or death on arm tattoos while exercising disdain for a person standing on the liberty or death concept. This is Tyrant Terminator Audits peacefully walking into the DMV in Woodstock, Illinois, minding his own business. And stay tuned because things get really interesting.
You're not supposed to use your camera in here, sir.
I'm sorry?
You're not supposed to use your camera in here.
Really?
Yeah, you have to turn that off.
I'm pretty sure I can. She's confirming, I think, right now, because I'm pretty sure I can. What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Paulette.
Oh, okay.
You need to turn off your phone, sir.
I'm pretty sure I can record in public.
Not in here.
Pretty sure I can.
Yeah, because then you can catch people's private information.
Yeah, I'm not going to record anybody's private
Well,
information.
we don't know that, though. Are you?
I'm telling you now.
Well, are you going to turn your phone over to us so we can review that you don't have any of anyone's private information?
Absolutely not.
Okay,
What's your name, sir?
I'm not. My name is
Brian. Are you the manager?
I'm not the manager.
Oh, okay.
How you doing, sir?
How you doing today, sir?
So, are you like First Amendment audit, or is that what you're doing?
I'm just coming in documenting today, you know.
So then, do you know how this goes? As a security guard, I have to tell you that you can't film on our property.
Well, I'm pretty sure that I can.
Okay.
Because it's public. Obviously, this is a public building.
Okay.
I'm not the laws. I think obviously say that as long as you're not recording in test sites or stuff like that. So I mean, they just told you, obviously, fraudulent information. For lack of a better term.
Okay. So the state of Illinois, the Department of Police, and the Secretary of State, they are the ones that do not want filming inside.
The Secretary of State.
Secretary of State Police, yes.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, maybe it's probably, I understand what you're saying, that they don't want it, but if it's not illegal, they're.
Okay. So I do have to ask you to leave. If you don't leave, I'm just going to have to call law enforcement. I just got to do my okay.
So you're going to possibly subject me to harm because I'm exercising a right.
Well, I'm just letting you know that the state of Illinois does not want you to film in here, and if you continue to film, then I have to call the police, and then you are subject to arrest at that point for trespassing on state land.
How am I trespassing?
Trespassing on state supported land because the state of Illinois does not want you to film.
But how can I be trespassing? I got official business here.
Do you?
Yeah. I just told the young lady I'm coming in to grab some pamphlets and see what's available to the public. The young lady at the front desk right there. She showed me.
You're not back here, though.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Is this a publicly accessible area?
It is.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely, just no filming. Okay.
Okay, so what, you going to contact McHenry or?
Yeah, so like I said, now I have to pass it up, okay? So if you don't leave, I do have to call law enforcement, and like I said, you are subject to arrest at that point. I'm not going to arrest you, but the people that come might arrest you.
I mean, if you guys going to wage war on my rights, then obviously that's. I was just telling the young lady right here at the front right here. She asked me what did I need today. I conveyed that to her. She offered me to look where the stuff was at, and like I was just telling them that.
Sir, you're not going to leave.
She's asking me a question, sir. She kind of.
If you have nothing else to do here,
Yeah, I just actually arrived. So what I was going to do is grab some pamphlets, document this office, and then leave.
okay, what kind of pamphlets do you need?
Oh, well, I haven't seen what's available. She told me it's right here on the
Go
wall.
up front and let's look at the pamphlets. Let's get that done.
Yeah, sir. So I mean, y'all gonna try to wage war on my rights,
I'm
man.
not waging war, sir.
I
I'm
mean-
just doing my job, which is
Yep.
to call law enforcement. Because this happens a lot, and unfortunately, the state of Illinois wants us to not have this happen. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
This is everything that we have. So are you looking for a driver's license?
Well, whatever's available.
We have in all different languages too.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna grab a couple of pamphlets, document, and buck on out of here. That's like I told them.
We even have a map if you want a map.
Okay, appreciate it. What's your name, man?
My name's Carol.
Carol. Thanks a lot, Carol.
No problem.
Yeah, so Carol was nice. The other security guy, not as much, but he said he's going to call law enforcement, so we're going to wait till they get here, see what they say. The guys staying tuned. You said what, sir?
I called law enforcement. They're gonna want to speak to you when they get here.
So McHenry County Sheriff's coming?
No, Woodstock Police Department.
We're in Woodstock. So are they on the way? Or I mean, I don't want to run. I would definitely want to.
You're not to run. You're not a threat or nothing. I'm just letting you know that I have to do my job and report it up.
So let me just ask you, what security company do you work for?
I work for the state of Illinois.
Oh.
Security guard for the state of Illinois Department of Police for the Secretary of State.
Okay, so what's your name?
My name's Anthony.
Anthony. What I'm trying to convey to you, though, sir, is what I'm saying is we have rights to do this. And I understand that they're giving you a job to do, but maybe you should become a whistleblower and let them know that you don't want to infringe on a citizen's rights. That would be the right thing to do.
This being a government building, and because I have certain jobs that I have to follow too, I can't do that.
You can't. No, you can, because I'm gonna be honest with you. If you do it and then you are penalized for it, then you become a whistleblower, and that's against your rights. So you know what I mean. You should always want to do the right thing. If your job is informing you to do things that's wrong, you should always be against that. Just giving you a pull up for that. You know what I mean. Carol was forthcoming. She was nice, and she said that I let her know that I'm gonna get some of these and book on out, and she had no problem with it.
Yes, and I'm doing my job. So it's what I got to do. Unfortunately,
You got to do it.
Nothing personally against you, sir. I have to report.
So if you didn't do it, then what would happen? Would they get rid of you?
I have no idea. That's not for me to decide.
No, I'm just saying, like, for you to say I have to do it. Like, what if you don't do it? Like, as if you got experience
I'm
on.
going to do what my job entails me to do.
Okay.
So I asked you to leave. You didn't leave. And now we have to get
Well, because you asked, as in terms of I have a right to decline. You asked me.
You do have a right to
Oh,
decline.
okay.
This is what happens. We're going to have law enforcement show up. I did ask you to leave. Okay. I'm just giving you a heads up. That's all. I'm just giving you a heads
I
up.
just don't think that it's right, man.
Do you mind talking to me outside, or
I mean, yeah. Once I get these pamphlets, I'll definitely step out, man.
is there
That's,
anything I can help you get, or?
no, she explained everything that's here. I was, I mean, you had came over to have a dialogue, so I wanted to not, keep looking while you were talking to me. So, yeah, I'm just get a few more of these, and like I said, I'll probably get a couple more shots of the DMV, and then I'm out of here. How you doing, officer?
Good. What's going on?
Well, a couple of people concerned. They said this young man, and I had spoke to Carol here. I had let everybody that works here know that I was going to grab a couple of pamphlets, get a couple of different shots of the DMV, and book on out. Nothing nefarious. Don't have any ill intent. He was telling me about, I guess, a policy. It's a policy. So, but the thing about a policy in the Constitution is they are diametrically opposed. So I have a right to do something. The policy obviously is trying to infringe on that right, but I don't want to give up my rights. Like I say, I have no ill intent.
So you wanted to video?
Just in the publicly accessible areas. Not going past any restricted doors. I'm not trying to get anybody's personal information on the computer or anything like that.
And I think that's where their concern comes in, is because pretty much everything they do business-wise here is personal information.
I understand.
IDs and license plates.
Okay.
So I believe that's where the policy comes in. Nobody's trying to keep you out of here, but the fact that your video could span across somebody else's application for plates or DL, and then all of a sudden that is now been recorded.
You know what's your name, officer, again? Gustus. What's your badge number? And you, ma'am?
Abrahamson.
Abrahamson. Okay, I want to make sure I get that right. And
Very lengthy.
okay, and your badge number?
82.
82. Okay. What I was trying to convey to your partner here, same thing, is I'm not doing anything nefarious here. Don't have any ill intent. I just want to be able to exercise my rights unmolested. This young man right here was telling me about a policy that they do have in terms of recording, but like I conveyed to him, the policy and the Constitution is diametrically opposed. So
I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but some of my employees are very uneasy about you doing that.
I understand, but they work in public. That's the only thing.
I know.
That's the only thing, Carol.
People don't.
I understand.
No, none of us want to be on YouTube.
Sorry about that.
So our other officer is actually talking to the Secretary of State Police right now.
Okay.
To try and see, they believe that there is a specific statute that does permit or not permit people to video in here because of what this officer was saying about
Really?
all the personal information. So that other officer's out there right now waiting for the specific
The statute?
Yep, that would be an actual law that does not allow you to do it. So if he can find that, then relay it to you.
Okay.
But
You know what? I doubt it.
Just because of all the personal information that the Secretary of State has.
Right.
That's why.
It's literally every transaction in here is a personal matter.
Yeah.
But you know what? The only way I can get that is if I literally walk right up to the computer with her and put my camera directly on it. If I'm right here, just say I'm right here. How can I get anybody's information?
Like the gentleman
I
right
won't.
behind you.
I won't turn over there and put it right
You
there.
might overhear something, your camera
Well,
might hear it, that sort of thing. So there has to be a line drawn.
You see all those cameras in it?
I get that.
Let me
but
ask
it's
you
not
though.
Audio.
I'm just asking. Can I come in here and ask them to turn it off if I feel uncomfortable?
That's for security purposes. This
Oh.
is not for security purposes.
Why not? What makes you assume?
Because what do you need it for?
Because I'm documenting.
But for what? Security
For my
reasons.
purpose. For my purpose.
But to make you feel secure.
Working with a customer behind you.
I'm saying, like, what?
You know, I got customers coming in. Please. I'm asking.
How's
nice.
this? How's this?
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Appreciate you, Carol. So, like I'm saying, Officer Gustus, this young lady was telling me something about maybe there's a statue. I would love to know that
Yeah,
statue.
Officer Meza is on the phone with the
Okay.
Secretary of
Because
State.
Carol, you know, before you guys showed up, Carol was all right.
What's your name, sir?
James.
James?
Yeah.
All right, James. This officer's telling me that you've already been trespassed from several Secretary
Absolutely
of State
not.
offices.
Never been officially trespassed, ever. Never. I've been asked to leave, but never officially trespassed, ever. Absolutely not.
Police officers never told you that you need to leave and are not welcome to come back without risk of getting arrested.
Ever.
Okay.
And I hope, wish, and pray that that's what's being conveyed because I got video evidence of it all. So if that's what's being conveyed to you guys, then that's a direct lie. So, and like I said, before you guys showed up, Carol was okay with it. I just told her I was trying to get pamphlets and get a couple more shots and I'm gonna leave. And she was like, okay. So obviously she's the manager. What's the situation now?
Are you wanting to stay or are you wanting to leave?
Well, I got my pamphlets. Now I need to document the rest of the building and then I will leave. That's exactly what I told Mrs. Carroll, and she was fine with it.
Document the right, like, what else?
Well, just the building, just like I was getting the shots over there. I got my shots over there. I got them right there. I just need to go on that side right there. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. I mean, like I said, it's obviously my First Amendment right to do so.
And I would agree with you. Public building.
For sure.
Government building.
That's it.
Government business.
Nothing nefarious.
The only issue, right. The only issue is the sensitive information that every single person is transacting. That's it. As far as I understand.
You're interrupting what these guys want.
Look, can I ask you something? Because me and you just had a dialogue, right? I just want to be able to put the officers on
I just don't
notice.
understand what this is all about.
I'm gonna convey it to you. Before the officer showed up, you and I told you what I was doing. You said, okay, I'll show you where it's at.
I thought you were going to get your book and then go.
Well, I said after I document the building. But so obviously this security guy just walked up to you and solicit for you to come ask me to leave, correct?
No.
He had to because you didn't.
No, sir, all I want to do is do my job and do it quietly.
Me too.
I got somebody behind you, got a customer, I have customers coming in and out of the building. I just want to do my job. So now you're interrupting my job.
All I want to do is exercise my rights.
Why do you want to do
Because
you know what, that does concern me, because then I feel like my security's not is.
Well, I'm an independent. I'm gonna tell you, I'm an independent journalist, and I'm gathering content for a story on this DMV in Woodstock.
Okay.
So I'm actually at work right now.
All right, well, did you get pre-approval? You should just call Lexi's office.
I got pre-approval. I definitely got pre-approval.
From who?
The Constitution.
Okay.
No, honestly.
I'm sorry, hon.
Are we? Do we supposed to just like
You've been in here for
overlook
what,
that?
15 minutes or so? I think.
Well, I'm here having a dialogue with the officers
Okay,
now.
but I think you've been in here long enough, so let me get this on with my customers.
Okay.
Okay? 'Cause
Okay.
You're infringing on their rights now, too. So,
I'm not infringing on their rights at all
you
because
know,
I'm not in here doing
they
anything
should
illegal.
be able to come in here and do their job and not have to feel like somebody's looking over them. We're all cornered around this corner in front of this guy.
Okay.
So I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I just want to do my job and go home just like you'd want to do.
And that's all I'm trying to do,
You've been
Carol.
in here, what, 15, 20 minutes? Don't you have what you need? Now you can
Well,
go
the
right
officers are here. I wanted to be able to have a dialogue with them.
Could you do it outside? Could I ask you to do it outside?
After I get my shots from over there, I'll leave. Like I just told them. So
No, that's driver's licenses. This is bad enough. Come on.
I'm not going to go in the testing areas.
Okay, but we can't 100% regulate each little thing that you're doing. We're not going to follow you around, so it's easier for us to just say, okay, you've gotten a decent span of the building.
Okay.
There's not much over there besides driver's license testing and getting their IDs. That's all it is over there. So
Driver's license.
and doing the driver's testing.
Like,
and
so
that's-
right, because those screens right there are testing, right?
Correct.
I won't get that. I make sure.
But there's really nothing else over there.
I just want to be able to see. I just want to be able to see like any other citizen.
Is he going to show it to you? I mean, come on.
Well, they're not requesting that, so that's kind of like a. Come on now, Carol. You were doing good before they got here. Carol, I thought you was.
I'm not trying to get time. I'm just trying to think of my
James, I just want to
customers.
reiterate, okay? We're not trying to infringe on your rights.
Okay.
The only problem is the personal nature of all the business that's being transacted here.
Oh,
IDs,
I understand that.
plates, titles, every single station is personal information being transacted. So
And
you taking pictures or videoing over there is then capturing their personal information possibly.
By saying this, Officer Gustus just put his foot in his mouth and tied a legal noose around his neck. If the concern is really that James' camera is recording personal information, then they should also be concerned that they themselves are recording personal information. And the DMV is recording personal information inside and outside of the building. If the government is free to record in public places, why wouldn't members of the public be free to do the same thing?
And Officer Gustus, like I told you, I will make sure that I won't get anybody's personal information. I won't be walking up to any paperwork, any forms, any IDs, or anything of that sort. I just told you that, sir.
But we just can't guarantee that.
I'm guaranteeing you right now that I won't do it.
You get a lot of people that promise us a lot
Yes,
of things, and then
Y'all, but watch this, officer. What's your name, officer?
Officer Mason.
Mesa. You guys are standing right here to see if I'll do it. So,
I don't know what you're capturing and what you're not.
come on, Officer
These
Gustus, man.
iPhones, man, they're really
Come on,
good.
man. Come on, man. Y'all swore an oath. Y'all swore an oath to uphold the Constitution. Now, come on. Now,
I told you how many times that I'm not here to infringe on your rights.
so, but you guys
we
are
need
trying to
respect
get
everybody's rights. Like they have a right to privacy with their transactions.
not in public, sir. Not in public, though, Officer Gustus. I just want some shots. There you go. There you go, officer. Now you're trying to accommodate.
Then we're good to go, right?
We're good to go.
But see, like, this is what concerns people is these computers. I know
I'm gonna be honest with
you're
you.
not up close to them, but you very well can later zoom in on your stuff, and that's
Uh-oh.
what people's concerns.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I was like to get that computer, to be honest, the onus is on this department, DMV department, in order to cover up that personal. Because that means.
But they've asked you to leave numerous times.
But I'm saying you can only ask me to leave if I'm breaking the law. Just can't ask me to
You
leave.
say that the onus is on them. It is. They don't allow videoing. That's their policy that protects people's information. That's why.
Remember what I told you? That's diametrically opposed when it comes to the Constitution. It is.
They oppose right now when you're telling me it's the onus is on them. They take that and they put that policy in place to protect it.
Correct.
Now you're in here trying to.
All right, I'm just going to point out the obvious here. Several minutes before these cops showed up, several minutes before Anthony, Mr. Liberty or Death, stepped into a steaming pile of Constitution trampling cow dung, and several minutes before Farrah Carol Final Net Fawcett got involved, there was one man quietly recording, exercising his freedom as an American to do so. Now, with the arrival of the cops and the involvement of Mr. Tyranny or Death, the decibel level of the DMV has increased dramatically. And even more cameras are recording exactly what the taxpayer-funded DMV employees say they don't want recorded. And now, because of the cops, we've moved over to the driver's testing area of the DMV, where I'm sure people trying to pass their driving tests don't appreciate a bunch of jabbering going on. This is why I always say, if you want to make things worse in life, all you got to do is add a little bit of government into the mix.
I'm not just in here trying to exercise my rights. What's the problem? I don't understand.
We're in the same spot.
I don't understand. I'm here, and then this young man. And then the security here tried to convey to you guys and said that I've been trespassed from other DMVs. Now that's a lie. What can we do about that?
Can you do us a favor now that I've walked over here with you?
I've been asked to not enter other DMVs.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
James,
I'm not here for you.
since we've come over here, can we continue the conversation outside? There's more questions for you because, again, they want you to leave because of all the sensitive information. You got whatever video of the building.
I just don't feel like.
I think I've.
You know
been
what?
Good with you.
You're trying to. I can understand trying to de-escalate a little bit, but you're still trying to get me to leave. Let me ask you guys this, just to make sure. Can you guys call a sergeant here? Somewhat of a higher authority, just to make sure, because y'all stepping in.
For what purpose, though?
Because y'all steady here trying
He's gonna
to.
tell you the same thing we've told you.
Well, then if he does, and if you guys trying to force me to leave, then I'm gonna have to file some complaints because I'm here exercising my rights. It's going to get bigger than it's going to get bigger than that. I'm gonna keep it real.
If you want to have this conversation with the sergeant, we're going to step outside and have the conversation with the sergeant outside.
Well, you got to let him make that determination.
That's it.
You got to let the sergeant make that determination. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why couldn't he come here and say that? How could you speak for him?
I'm not speaking for him.
You're
I'm
just
speaking for us.
you're just here trying to
Respectful of the Secretary of State's office.
you just appease them to their feelings. You're not the feelings officers. You guys are law enforcement. So if no laws are being broken, then you guys need to convey that to them, no matter if their feelings are hurt or not, and tell them I have a right to do it. That's exactly what it is.
It's about protecting their information.
And I'm right here. I can't get nobody's information.
James, I told you, even when you walked over this way and you quickly just did whatever you could go back into your film and you can zoom in amazingly on iPhone.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Let me ask you this, honestly.
That's
If someone
all
was
we're
using their credit, let's just say, theoretically speaking, right? If someone was using their credit card, and my camera captured that, would that be illegal?
People do not expect to be filmed while they're using their credit card information at the Secretary of State's office where all of their private information is being.
I can understand what they don't expect, but we're talking about someone's
Well, then,
rights.
If later on their stuff gets compromised, then we have somebody to go after.
That's correct. That's when it becomes illegal. There you go.
We have a very fine
We're in the
line.
embryonic stages of that right now, though, right? This is just the beginning of you guys assuming. You know what I mean? If you guys are going to keep trying to wage war on my rights, well, that's what it feels like and seems like.
You just said we're not here for feelings.
You're not here for who?
Feelings.
You agreed, right? You concurred. You said you're not here for feelings, but you're saying these people might feel.
You're breaking a policy that jeopardizes personal information. Now, is that a law? No.
That's all I want to know. Is it a law?
Correct.
If it's not a law, then I'm not breaking the law. Because there's three things about a policy, officer. Policy is not law. It doesn't have the force of law. And if I ignore the policy, that's not breaking the law. Period. We have laws and you guys swore an oath to uphold. And this is what I'm saying about a lot of officers. I mean, right now you're not infringing because you're not trying to force me out of here, but you're trying to convince me that I should leave.
We're just asking you that if you building's not very big. If you could just be on your way to the next.
That, you know
thing
what?
wanna invest
That's
in.
precisely I'm going to do, right? As soon as I don't feel molested by the police, you guys don't have to be here with me.
Using such strong language.
Yeah,
Strong language.
Please put a hand on it.
Well, we ain't talking about sexually molested, officer.
It's not a very nice adjective to use.
It is, though. I mean, it's
We're
appropriate.
having a conversation. How is that molesting?
Well, I feel bothered, right?
So does everybody here.
This is pretty funny because it's also noteworthy that the second definition of molest is to pester or harass someone in an aggressive or persistent manner. And that definition definitely fits perfectly with what the cops are doing to James here. They are persistently harassing him when he just wants to be left alone to film.
Come on, man. Officer Messer.
How's it going, man? Quick.
Man, do your thing, man.
I appreciate it. Give me a second, all right?
Springfield, and they said I'm good to go.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
So in order for us to verify, because the reason you took a picture was to see if you haven't issued trespass warnings to other ones.
That's right.
Can you do me a huge favor?
What's that?
Do you have a driver's license?
I actually do.
Can I see it so that we can talk to another DMV to see if this is the person that they think it is? Because then you'll know 100% if you are in fact trespassed to any other ones, and that is the only way we are able to do that.
Okay, so let me just ask you this. You need my ID to see, because I was just talking to him about this, right? You need my ID to see if I ever been trespassed from the DMVs I just brought up to him or Woodstock.
I wasn't 100% listening to everything.
Okay, because we had a situation at Deerfield and Waukegan. We just had a situation.
Okay.
Never was trespassed.
See-
But I'm in Woodstock now, though, right? So what would that have to do with Woodstock?
If they are wanting to interview one also,
Oh.
okay? And in order for us to lawfully do that, we need to know who you are so that
I'm-
other DMVs are aware of the situation.
I'll tell you like this. Deerfield Police Department, they know precisely who I am. I don't want to give up my ID because...
So you're gonna have us call Deerfield and ask them who you are?
Well, that's what Officer Messer obviously just took the picture for to try to text it back to see is this the guy, you know what I mean? So they can know off the picture it's me.
Deerfield Police Department did issue a trespass warrant.
Not Deerfield Police Department, but the Secretary of State.
The Secretary of State Police issued one?
No, they didn't either. None one of the officers issued me anything. They just was saying, like how you guys, you can't come in here and film, and then I left on my own accord. But since then, I've talked to the OOD and it's in Springfield, and it's been conveyed to me that I have a right to do this. So if even after talking to the OOD, which is their bosses, obviously Secretary of State Police, and they wage war on my rights again today, that we're gonna litigate this thing. I'm just gonna be honest. It's gonna come down on everybody who's personally involved. If I'm forced to leave.
Do you remember who specifically trespassed you from Deerfield?
Nobody actually trespassed me ever from no building.
Physically did something. It's like a verbal.
I haven't been verbally trespassed at all.
Why did you bring up Deerfield and Waukegan?
Because those were the two DMVs that I ever did an audit at, ever.
Okay.
So
Nobody specifically said you can't come back to this DMV.
never. And I hope, wish, and pray that they say that it's true because I got the video evidence to prove it. So what did you find out, officer?
Still waiting from whatever sergeant from Secretary of State Police.
Okay. And like I say, man, can you guys, call a sergeant as well? Because I did request one like 10 minutes ago, yeah.
I mean, if you want to talk to him later, by any means, you can go to the PD and request for him.
So when a citizen requests one, it's not you guys' policy to call? Is your policy to refuse?
I mean, I can.
Okay, you two guys can't make case law. You can't.
What do you know the definition of case law?
Of course.
Tell me what it is.
No, I know precisely what it is.
Okay, let's explain it to me.
You know what?
When we make arrests,
Put it like
that's
this.
how case law gets made. When there's new information and new laws get made, a judge.
There you go.
decides
There you go. Right there. You see what you just said?
Yeah, we start the whole process of it.
Okay, real quick.
Making case law.
Remember, you just said making new laws, right?
Correct.
Just all I want to know, who makes laws?
Illinois, the judges, they determine what's right and what's wrong. What's going to be a law?
Legislators, right? That's the appropriate word. My point is, are you two legislators? That's all I want to know. All right, then.
But we start the case law process.
Well, you can say that, but don't say you make the laws.
We never said we make.
He
law.
just said it. He
We
said
we make case law. Case law.
Right.
Case by case basis, which creates.
Okay,
the laws.
case law is just the word case is just a prefix of the whole thing of
Yeah, but we never once said we make the laws.
Well, he say make case law. That's still law. That's correct.
We have our hands in.
So let me ask you this.
So-
You're saying just say
Yes.
when you guys make arrests, right? When you guys make arrests, say you make 2,000 arrests a year. Are there 2,000 new case laws created?
No.
Exactly. So what are we saying, man?
That this could be a potential new case law that we would be directly involved in is what we just
Yeah,
said.
but my point is you guys don't make it. That's all I'm saying.
I never said we make the laws.
He did.
No, he did not.
He did.
No, he did not.
Didn't you? Didn't
Go
you?
ahead.
Dave, look. Now, see, look. You saltier than a peanut off. See, look, I know you just said that.
And I'm admitting to you, right? I use that phrase.
Right. But you don't, though. You're just a police officer. Legislators do, but you don't.
All right, so you're refusing to leave, right?
I mean, no one actually
We're asking you to leave, and you're refusing to leave, correct? Because
asking me to leave. Like I just told, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it to, like I just said to them. After I get my shots, I'm going to leave.
after your shots, what?
Yeah, after I get a couple of more shots.
Oh, gotcha.
I got that side already and got this center, so I'm done here. But
You're under the impression that you can videotape, correct? Here.
it's a law that you can't. Only way you can't record is people's. The testing sites.
Right, but there's no way to prove that on our end because the cell phones are so good, right? So, what the Secretary of State Police made clear to me is that the Secretary of State's office is not considered a public forum because there's so much sensitive information in the facility. So they have a detective coming out here right now so they can explain it better than we can.
Okay.
If you choose not to leave, they can arrest you for criminal trespassing to state supported property. I'm just explaining what they explained to me.
Okay. Well, your sergeant is on the way as well, right?
Yeah, but
okay.
they have their sergeant. They'll take.
Well, what I mean by your sergeant, because you guys are law enforcement, as well.
Over there. So same thing at the post office.
Well, let me ask you this.
If the postmaster says something, we have to do it, even to us. That's how it
the
works.
post office. It
It's
comes
their jurisdiction.
Federal Protective Service,
Correct.
FPS.
But this is the Secretary of State Police. So these guys will have jurisdiction over us here.
Okay.
So I'm explaining it to you before they come here, because when they do come here and they do go ahead and tell us, we explain to them that you've been recording
Right.
what you have, obviously there's video surveillance of that.
Right.
Then they will go ahead and deem it that this is not a public or a place for you to do that. Right?
Okay.
That's what case law has. I can show you the case law right now too. If you want.
Okay.
So I'm just explaining it to
So,
you.
so let me just get this right. You're saying it's case law
Correct.
specifically for the DMV.
Correct.
Secretary of State's office.
Correct. Specifically for that.
Okay, specifically, and after they come here and ask me to leave, because they're going to ask me to leave.
Correct. They're asking us to ask you to leave. But
Well-
if you choose not to, they're coming out here. They're coming out here regardless.
Okay, well, watch this. If you guys are asking. It's not a lawful order to leave, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so since it's an ask, and then I'm going to decline because I feel like I'm exercising my rights. However, if they come here and do the same precise thing, and I say that same thing to them, and they force me to leave, then we know what's going to go on after that. We already know everybody's qualified immunity goes straight out the window because these is well-established laws. That's the only way.
I just explained to you.
I understand.
That
I understand.
This is not considered a public forum.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
But that's what I'm saying. There is case law for that. I'm explaining it to you. I'm trying to give you a heads up before you get arrested for a stupid felony. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well,
You don't need to.
Like I said, we'll see. You're doing your job.
Right.
It's all good.
And I've offered to show you. I can show you.
Oh, you got it on you right now?
Right
Okay.
now.
Yeah, let's see. And it has to specify to the Secretary of State's office, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Just because of the personal nature of what's being transacted, like we discussed this entire
Man, you know what? They can do that everywhere. Post office.
So let me show you real quick. And if you don't mind, can you not show that on this because it's my phone? So I'm showing you.
Come on,
So
officer,
you can
man.
explain it to you. I'm offering to show it, but I don't want my phone on your
While I'm reading it.
Correct.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna keep this rolling though, but I'll keep it.
Absolutely,
Okay.
Absolutely,
Okay.
100%. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
There you go. Can you read it out loud?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So, however, the First Amendment is not absolute, and SOS, Secretary of State, has maintained that the Secretary of State facilities are not traditionally public fora and appropriate regulations of speech and appropriate and within the lawful authority of the Secretary of State. Secretary of State's facility is no less than a private owner of property and has the power to preserve the property under its control for the use of which it is lawfully dedicated, okay? So these are the case laws. This is the case law that's under. Let me scroll to the next one. Therefore, in order to prevent the SOS facilities from becoming the traditional public forum, which I explained to you it's not, videotaping of any kind by persons inside the facility should not be allowed.
Okay.
Like I have explained to you, if we ask you to leave within the facility, then you can be arrested for criminal trespassing under that statute.
Well, because you haven't showed me that part of it.
Yep. This is the criminal statute right here. Pursuant to 720 ILCS 5-21-5.
Okay, let me read the top of it.
Yeah, go ahead.
If after giving notice, the individual continues to videotape, can you scroll it over a little bit? Yeah, this way.
That way? Or more?
Well, over here so I can read the rest.
This way?
Yeah. How you doing, Sergeant?
What's going on? How are you?
Nothing much. Like I've been trying to tell these young, fine officers, man, since we've been here. I'm doing nothing nefarious. Don't have any ill intent. Just trying to exercise my rights, right? However, Officer Mesa showed me something on his phone that has case laws attached to it. Only thing I have
Specifically for Secretary of State's office.
so what it does say is that you can be detained.
No.
It does.
No,
What
right.
you showed me, it says that.
Correct. So you can be detained for it, but then if you choose not to leave or comply, then we can arrest you for criminal trespass to state-supported property.
Well, just the thing, though, when we talk about in terms of law enforcement, right? In order to detain someone, you have to have reasonable, articulable suspicion that a crime is afoot.
Correct.
This is not a crime.
You're not allowed to record on inside government property. That's according to just the 11th Circuit Court rule. That
Which is the same
case.
the same one I
And
just
this
showed.
is right here, basically government property, so you can't record it. You can stand right out here all you want, record all you want, but you can't do it inside the building.
Sergeant, I'm gonna be honest with you. I do this all over the place,
Okay.
and I do it in all government buildings. Some officers come here and understand know our rights. Some don't. Maybe you guys are just misinformed.
Well, they're asking you if you can go outside and do it.
So, like I explained to you, this section isn't considered public forum. Like they've made that clear in that case law. That's why I'm telling you, if you don't leave,
The publicly accessible areas is not considered public.
public forum, correct? Which is what you're referring to when it comes to the First Amendment. Correct.
Okay. So if I'm being asked to leave, right? Because I'm being asked.
Right.
Okay.
I'm asking you to leave one because I don't want to have to tell you, and then we know where that goes from there.
Well, I mean, if you give me a lawful order to leave because I'm recording, then I'm definitely going to leave and go file a complaint.
Right, we're gonna wait for an actual Secretary of State police officer to tell you. We're asking you.
Right.
They're gonna come in. We're gonna ask you.
They're going to ask me. Right. I mean, if they do, then we'll take it from, like I say, every officer involved.
But
The protection's out the window.
I offered you, you know what I'm saying, the case law. I showed it to you.
I mean,
it clearly explains on.
I would really have to look at that entire case, though, because I know, that's like a short summary of what happened. It's not like the entire case. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So you have to basically read the entire thing to see the verbiage, all verbiage and language in there. So, because like I said, I do this all over. I ain't just start this today.
Well, that's just the verdict. Like how.
No, that wasn't a verdict at all.
That's a summary.
Officer Mesa?
The summary of the whole case.
Nah. It wasn't a verdict though at all. It's okay. You just misspoke.
Okay.
There's some officers that come out and honor their oath. So not all officers are bad. That's a lot of them. It's just a lot. Few. I don't remember all of them, but I mean, just.
Well, I'm curious. Maybe we could be more like them. That's why
No. You guys probably too far in, man. You probably got your mindset on how you want to care about, policing. You know what they say about law in itself? You can't convert a constitutionally protected right into a crime. So let's just say, because I haven't read that entire law, but let's just say that law is specifically.
But this is what you do. So why haven't you read that?
Why haven't I read it? Because I don't think that it really.
This is what you do.
Think about. I'm going to answer it. The reason why I haven't read that law, because first of all, I didn't think that law existed, and since let's just say that it do exist, and what you guys are saying that it should stand, it still will never go against the Constitution. It's null and void, sir. You can't create a law that violates people's rights. You can't. It'll be null and void at the end of the day. Hey, like I told you, if the Secretary of State officers come here and try to wage war on my rights, hey, we just go from there. If they order me to leave, like we're gonna leave. If you don't leave, we're gonna arrest you. That's all I need. Now I got standing. That's it. You guys can tell me that right now and I'll leave. But obviously, that's cutting it pretty close.
So here's what's going to happen: is that I talked to the Secretary of State.
Okay.
Police security guy.
Okay.
He's going to send over the exact statute and everything that's been written.
Okay.
Escalation statute and stuff like that.
Okay.
And after I look at that, I make sure that everything's like what violation and everything like that. Then
Okay.
I can ask you one more time. If that's not the case, then we have to pay sheriff. Okay.
Like,
So-
okay, I'm gonna just say this.
But I want to read the statute first, so I know exactly which one they're talking about.
Okay.
So there's no confusion about it, since this is their specialty and stuff like that. And at that point in time, then I ask you to leave, and then hopefully we just go out and you can record outside all you want.
Okay.
But due to the fact of sensitive information in here, there was a ruling that's saying that the Secretary of State is not considered public forum
Right.
inside the building. So therefore, I want to read all that and make sure that 'cause I don't have that memorized at
Okay.
this point in time, because these are newly occurring.
Just a quick point here. This guy has the Liberty Bell tattooed on his forearm as he considers violating the liberty of a fellow American. You can make this stuff up, but why would you have to?
Okay, like I was just telling Officer Gustus here, Sergeant. I'm saying, hey, we ain't even gotta wait for all that, man. All y'all, if y'all tell me right now, any one of you officers right now today say, if you don't leave, sir, you're gonna be placed under arrest. That's all I need for standing, and I'll book out. It's cool.
That's all I want to read. I want to make sure that that's...
Okay. No, you ain't even gotta. I'm telling you now. You only gotta wait for that. You can just say it. You say it now. I'll book out now.
I don't think you're understanding.
Oh, I understand fully. I'm not talking over him. We're both doing it. Doing it. Because I'm just saying. Like, okay, go.
Read the law that they print off to verify that that's what it is before we go telling you to leave and stepping on your rights.
I don't want to...
Okay, now is it my turn? Okay, then didn't you just say Officer Meza told me that already?
You also asked for an opportunity to have it printed in red.
No, absolutely not, man. Now you're making up stuff, man. Now you're making up stuff.
Did you not say you wanted to read through it?
Yeah, but did I say I want you guys to print it out for me?
No.
I did.
Sergeant wants to read it as well before we
But I'm just saying that Officer Meza already seen it. He has. So
I want...
As did you.
okay, so if that's the case, then order me to leave or be arrested. Just say
I
it.
want to verify that the one that the Secretary of State Police is saying
Okay.
is the one first. I want to verify
Okay.
before I do anything, because I don't want to...
Infringe.
That's true, right, and it's
Okay.
not actually held up in law. I don't want to tell you can't record it here.
Okay.
If it does, then I'll ask you to leave there, okay?
Okay, well then I'm gonna just say this, Sergeant. While we're waiting on the paperwork, since we're waiting, I'm gonna continue to do what I was doing before you guys got here.
Well, just do it over here for now, please.
Well,
Like I said, they have their driver's license and stuff over there. If you go over there and do it, then I'm going to ask you to leave.
So if I go over there and exercise my rights, you're gonna ask me to leave.
You got no business over there, so therefore you won't.
So you're gonna impede my freedom of movement, so as a sergeant. No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just
If you
saying.
have no reason over here, then you can leave it.
No, I do have a reason. I have to document the rest of the building.
You don't have to document over any of their...
What's your badge number, Sergeant?
63.
63. And what's you guys' chief of police name? John Lee? Lee. Okay.
Was there stuff down there you wanted to go look at?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Look, see what I'm saying? But I need.
I'll go with you.
You gonna escort me?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
I'll walk with you.
All right. Here's basically
you
from
found
the
it?
Illinois Secretary of State Police right here. Photography, video recording, SOS facilities prohibited. So here's this. Is this his copy? Can you use this, or do you want to keep this copy?
They don't want it. That's internal.
Oh, they don't want me to have a copy.
So,
You just videoed it.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying.
Due to personal identifying information and sensitive documents.
Oh, come on, Sarge. That's Sarge. You see how that looks, man? Come on, man. I can't.
just read it to you.
I'm just saying I can't read it.
Okay. Well, you told me after I saw that you would leave if I asked you to leave. So therefore, I'm telling you have to leave now, or you're going to get arrested.
And what would I be charged with?
You'll be charged with violation of what's this?
What would be the charge?
It's criminal trespass.
Criminal trespass.
So if I don't leave, you're telling me as a sergeant I'm gonna be arrested for criminal
You'll
trespassing.
be arrested for
If I
criminal
continue to
trespass,
stand in here and exercise my rights.
Inside the Secretary of State's office.
Okay, that's the only standing I need, man. So, and how do I get to you guys?
Police station?
Yeah.
It's on Lake Avenue.
Lake-
56 Lake Avenue.
Okay, all right,
Down to the red light and take a right.
all right. Appreciate it.
All right? This is actually right about.
You too. Yeah, so we go over here to the Woodstock Police Department. Yeah, TTA family. So like I said, we over here at the Woodstock Police Department, man. Out in Woodstock, Illinois, and we left the DMV, came straight over here. Definitely finna go in here and try to see if we could talk to someone over that sergeant, because he said it. And like I say, that's all you would need. You don't need to. I know a lot of people like to get arrested and think that's all they need. No, your rights were violated regardless. You don't have to literally go in handcuffs in order to be violated. Him conveying that I will be arrested if I stop exercising my rights is all a person would need. I was able to get him to say that on camera at the end there, and that's all I would need. So now we're finna go in here and file this complaint, make it official, so we can definitely have standing when we get ready to litigate this. Because y'all already know, TTA, I ain't letting up on it. Period. I ain't letting up on none of it. And then we're gonna do a revisit and come back. But after we speak to a couple of superiors, because like I said, I talked to the OD, up in Springfield, the capital Illinois. I spoke to a couple of people up there. They said we're within our legal rights to do so. Plus, it's a numerous of videos with the state of Illinois of people recording inside of the DMV. So obviously, and plus, if you guys can see right there how he didn't even want me to see the paperwork that was faxed there and start laughing and everything. So very unprofessional and basically just saying anything to get me to leave. But with the threat of arrest, that's where he should have never done. But he did it anyway, so I'm kind of glad he did. So we finna go in here and see and file these complaints. Let's go. Hello, is there a lieutenant or someone I can speak with? I just have a couple of different concerns and complaints that I need to make the lieutenant or someone of a higher authority, make them aware of what just occurred with a few of his officers that were dispatched to the DMV.
Okay, all right. Let me ask, what is your name?
My name is James. Yep. Appreciate it. The lieutenant?
We don't have lieutenants.
Who's over the sergeant?
Deputy chief.
Okay, he or she available?
I believe so. I can go up and I can see if he's in a meeting or not. But
Okay, because I definitely want to speak to someone.
Perfect. What's it in reference to?
Well, my rights were just violated. At the DMV, I was told that by you that I can see the law. Obviously, the law wasn't shown to me. You turned around and wouldn't show me the law. The other young man said that the paperwork were internal. How could a law be internal if it applies to everyone?
Internal email. That's the reason why.
I'm just saying, how could it be internal though if it applies to citizens? I just felt like I was told anything to leave, but the wrong thing was to say I would be arrested, because that's obviously a direct violation of my rights. So yeah, I would definitely want to speak to someone.
Perfect. Sounds good.
All right.
And to add further hypocrisy to this multi-layer tyrannical cake, badge number 63 here also has the preamble to the Constitution tatted to his forearm. So much for establishing justice and ensuring the blessings of liberty, right, Sergeant?
Deputy Chief? Yes. How you doing today, sir? Good. How are you? All right, pretty good. I'm trying to get there at least. Real quick, I was out at the DMV just a few moments ago. Four of you officers from here were dispatched there because I was exercising my First Amendment right to record in public. A few personnel there came out and voiced their opinions on me recording in public. They didn't like it, obviously, so you guys were dispatched there. The thing that I have, my only problem with today, that the sergeant that just stepped out here, I was Sergeant Braun. Is that how you pronounce his name? Brent. It might be. Yeah. Okay. At the end there, and I told him, I'll be honest with you, I told him if he tell me that I will be arrested if I don't leave, then I would leave, because that's all obviously I would need in terms of litigating a case against an officer that has threatened me with arrest. He threatened me with arrest for exercising my rights in a public lobby. Some documents were emailed over to him or faxed or whatever, and he was kind of like not wanting me to see him. He was playing, he was laughing, and he said that the documents were internal, meaning I couldn't have a copy. But if it was something with law, how could it be internal if you're trying to enforce it upon a citizen? So that's the first red flag. So what I'm here to do today is basically put you on notice of your officer's conduct. It was 4 of them. I can't really remember their names. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the video, but I would love to file 4 FOIA requests for all their body cams during that entire encounter that we, that entire hour that we was just together, and file an official complaint on that sergeant for violating my rights today.
You can file it for you here.
Okay.
But as far as violating your rights,
That's correct.
tell me again why you think your rights were violated.
Well, he told me out of his own mouth that if I don't leave, I'll be arrested for trespassing. And I basically just wanted to confirm it with him. I said, if I keep exercising my First Amendment right, will I be arrested? And he said, yes. If you don't leave, you will be cited for criminal trespassing.
Well, the Secretary of State has special restrictions on that.
That's what he said, but and then something got faxed over, which was he was trying to basically prove it to me, but he wouldn't show it to me.
So FOIA the facts.
But they said it's internal. They told me right there, he can't have a copy.
FOIA Secretary of State.
I mean,
They have it, right?
I'm just saying, Deputy Chief, in all respect, why couldn't I just see it there? You faxed it there to show me. What's the secret? Now that you have it in your hand, you get what I'm saying? What type of games are we playing here in terms of law enforcement? He's law enforcement. They're to be honest with you, I believe, like even Officer Meza, that's the only officer name I can remember. Officer Meza showed me some type of law or a case law or something. And I was reading it briefly. And at the bottom, it did say something about publicly accessible areas. And I tried to convey that to him, but he twisted it. So what I think that actual case law was, what it was about, I think it was about just criminal trespassing at the DMV. But you can't I was looking for an actual law that says you can't record there. He was showing me a trespassing law. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, no, so this is how it ties.
Okay.
So if they have special restrictions and say you can't record while you're in here,
Okay.
right? And they ask you to leave, that leads into criminal trespass.
Okay, so basically you're saying if they have a policy of not recording, and then they ask me to stop recording or leave, and I don't do either, then we can trespass you.
Correct.
Okay, so that's precisely what I thought. That's what that law was. Okay, so the thing is, though, when it comes to law, you can't convert constitution protected activity into a crime. You can't. You just can't do it. I mean, you know that being a deputy chief, right?
Well, listen, you're free to walk around all you want out there, right?
That's correct.
But once you walk in the back, which says you're not allowed, you can be arrested. If we say you need to leave, and we did that, and we won.
Well, you can walk. What you mean, walking to the back? The back of this right here?
No, the employee parking lot, where it says restricted personnel only.
Oh, no, I can walk back there and record all day long.
You will get arrested.
For what would be the crime?
It says restricted personnel only, and there's case law on it.
Absolutely not. No, I'm gonna be honest with you, Deputy Chief. I just went through this out in the city of Evanston, Elgin. I just went through this.
We had the same case last year.
You know what y'all see? Y'all arresting people that don't know their rights.
No. We told them. We gave them fair warning to leave. Mm-hmm. They refused, thinking they know their rights.
That's correct.
We had case law on our side, and we arrested them.
So you mean to tell me you have a case law specifically stating that someone can't be in a public accessible area? I would love to see it.
In a restricted area. Yes, publicly restricted area.
You can't restrict public access, sir. You just can't do it.
What about an airport?
People can walk around and record there all day long.
Are they restricted areas? Are you allowed to walk
You
out
can't.
on the runway?
Well, of course you can't go in a restricted area.
That's what I'm saying. It's a restricted area.
But what makes the police department's parking lot restricted?
We have signs posted at both entrances.
Now you have signs, right? Now let me ask you this respectfully: do the signs have statutes attached to them?
I don't think they do.
Well, then they're not enforceable.
But we have case law on our side.
Man, I would love to see that law. I would love. I swear.
Give me your email address, and I'll find it, and I'll email it to you.
I definitely would love to see it because I know signs got to have statutes. That's the only way they're enforceable. Codes or anything. You just can't look.
We tell you.
No.
Listen.
Yeah, but y'all. You just can't tell me something and call it law.
We can't. If you're driving while suspended, okay?
Well, it's got statutes
Hold
and
on.
codes.
That's a law. I don't pull out my IBC and say, here it is right here. Now place your hand behind your back. I say, sir, you're driving while your license is suspended. You're under arrest.
Okay, because that actual infraction has a statute and code to it.
Yeah, somewhere down the line.
That's correct.
Law, like you can't arrest for that, right?
Oh man, y'all gonna be in some deep stuff, man. If y'all arresting people for being in public, man. Woodstock, what is this out? Is this what's going on in Woodstock, Illinois? Y'all just infringing upon people's rights. And you said this just happened, right, to a citizen
Last year.
walking around you guys' parking lot filming, and he got arrested. Mm-hmm. And what was the outcome?
Well, we didn't hear anything, so I imagine
Maybe they dropped it.
maybe. I guess I could look it up.
Okay.
You give me your email address.
I'll definitely give you my email address, but I definitely still need a complaint for him. I gotta get this sergeant because he did wage war on my rights today, and it was I think it was, let me see, 1, 2, 3. It was 3 more. So I want to file complaints and get FOIAs on all their body cam footage, because if you know, the body cam footage is going to tell everything. See, the officer played a game today, Deputy Chief. So I like to play a game too. It's called chess. You play it too, right? So it's my move. Now, they just made their move. You know, they pushed their pawn up. They brought their bishop out. Now I'm going to bring my knight out. My knight is me filing all these FOIAs and these complaints. However, if it's going to be determined that he did violate my rights, then that'll be checkmate. I'm just saying respectfully.
He gave you information that told you if you didn't leave, you'd be arrested, right?
That's what he said.
You decided to leave.
Because I didn't want to be arrested. You're saying you can't. I mean, think about it. If you say we're going to shoot you if you don't do something, that's a violation, right? That would definitely be. I'm going to tase you if you don't do something that you have a right to do. You have a right to do it, though. I forgot to put that in there.
If you have a right to do it.
And you do, and I do. Because I've talked to the head, I talked to Springfield about this already. See, that's the reason why I didn't go back to Deerfield and Waukegan, because I know they would be receptive to me recording. So I say, you know what? I'm going to go to another district where I know they would call the Secretary of State and they're going to try to appease to their feelings. See, that was another chess move, and they fell for it.
So you went to where?
I was at, a couple of months ago, I went to Deerfield and Waukegan's DMV, and I had encounters with the Secretary of State Police and a young lady by the name of Karen, a manager. And they didn't really violate, but they was trying to. You can't do it, sir, you can't do it. So I put in complaints since then, and I've talked to their superiors. And the people in Springfield, which is our capital, said, no, you absolutely have a right to record in public at the DMV. So I said, instead of going back there.
Can you send that to me?
Oh, for sure. Well, I would have to go home and get the person that I'll talk to and let you talk to them. I mean, I have their contact information wrote down at home. No problem.
Well, that'd be great.
Oh, okay. So
let's do that.
Yeah, for sure.
You email me, I'll email you.
Let's go. But
FOIA.
But I still I got to file a physical complaint still. I got to.
Why?
I just told you, Deputy Chief. How you pronounce your name? Is it Pritchard?
Yeah.
Okay, Deputy Chief Pritchard.
If you were arrested and you think it was a false arrest?
Yeah. I mean, that'll be an additional complaint. But he threatened me with arrest for exercising my rights. I have a right to file a complaint.
Okay.
I mean, you know, he did. You can ask him. He said, if you don't leave, you'll be arrested. And all I was doing, I wasn't even doing anything illegal. So, and like
except recording.
Well.
They said not allowed to record it.
Well, that's a policy, sir. That's the only thing. It's not a law saying that you can't record. It's just a policy. There's a difference. And the statute that they showed me was a trespassing statute. I wish I would have figured that out then, but I had to research it. It's a statute that Officer Mazur showed me dealing with just trespassing. There's absolutely no statute at all saying you can't record at the DMV. That's just a policy. It's just a policy. So him as law enforcement came and enforced policy.
Well, let me call Waukegan.
Okay.
And who else you say? Deerfield?
Well, Deerfield, not really the police there, but it was the Secretary of State's police office at the DMV site. So even Deerfield probably would know because they came out that day too. But I mean, call them for what? They just talked to him. The sergeant did. Yeah, that sergeant right there.
He talked to Deerfield.
Yeah. Officer Mazur. Is another guy Gista? You got an Officer Gista? Something like that? Gustus, there you go, Gustus, and the female officer, blonde hair, Anderson or something like that. Right. So yeah, all four of them. They've been talking to him all morning. I've been over there almost 2 hours.
All right. Let me go figure this out. I'll be right back.
Okay, but can I get my complaint form while I wait?
Yeah, we gotta go find one. So
come on, Deputy Chief. You ain't got to find no complaint form. Man, y'all got them.
You see him here?
No, I mean, of course you. But let me see, find one like as if, man, I don't know where they can be. I mean, you know precisely where you would locate a complaint form, Deputy Chief. Now, come on now.
I don't have a lot of complaint forms on my desk. They don't come across my desk.
I mean, respectfully, obviously I got to wait, but I would definitely appreciate it if you get me one.
Okay.
And then I'll just ask these young ladies here for a FOIA.
Yep.
Okay, appreciate it.
Secretary of State facility, you are required to contact Lieutenant Dricos at Illinois Secretary of State Police District 1 headquarters at 630-693-0551 to schedule an appointment at one of our facilities. Respectfully, Michael Bauer, Director of Driver Services Facilities.
Michael Bauer. And that's your boss?
No, that's not this. That's not my boss. This person is
Lieutenant Dricos.
Yeah.
So who typed this?
He did.
Lieutenant Dricos typed it. Okay.
Because he had sent it over. So here you go. It's for you.
Okay.
So the way I guess it says, if you want to come to a driver's facility, you call him to make an appointment. And then that way, when we show up there, and we are there with you while you are at the facility.
That's what this letter entails.
Yes.
Okay. Now this is and this is all because of what happened today.
Apparently so. I mean, if you want, you can show it to your lawyer.
Oh, definitely.
See what they got to say.
I got one of the best lawyers, man, of all state of Illinois. I'm telling you.
We talked about this. There's two ways.
Yeah.
Either arrest.
Or by lawsuit.
Or the lawsuit.
Of course.
Me, and I have absolutely not a shadow of a doubt that you've been cordial with me, and I show much respect back.
Yeah, that's why it was kind of weird for them to say I was disrespectful to the employees. Did you guys encounter any disrespect today? Because you two were there. Was I disrespectful?
I don't know what occurred before.
Well, I'm talking about when you were there.
Yeah, when we were there, you were just talking to us, yeah.
Yeah, I never disrespected anyone. Well, in any event, yeah, for sure. In any event, man, I did file a complaint, man, and I'm rocking forward with this thing all night long, man.
Well, sir, so hopefully not the next time.
Oh no, I'm definitely gonna be back now. I do revisits everywhere, man. I'm not gonna give up, man. I'm not. So,
by any chance, there's his number. You can give him a call.
For sure.
Absolutely. All right.
All right, man. Appreciate you. No problem. Yep. No, she gave me a blank sheet of paper, so he couldn't find a complaint form. I guess he said he was going to look for one, like they were all scattered about. So I just filled out one on a blank sheet and gave her a copy. She gave me a copy back, so good to go. All right. And they gave me this little letter, man. They say, I have received a report of an incident at the Woodstock Drivers Facility on June 8, 2023, based on the disturbance that you have caused and the disrespect shown to Secretary of State employees. You are barred from going to all Secretary of State's drivers' facilities. If you have business to conduct at a Secretary of State facility, you are required to contact Lieutenant Dricos at Illinois Secretary of State Police, District 1 headquarters at number 630-693-0551 to schedule an appointment at one of our facilities. Respectfully, Michael Bauer, Director of Driver Service Department. Oh, man, they cooked, man. They smoked sausage, TTA family. They done gave me a letter, man. They done basically gave me this letter where now I'm supposed to be barred from every DMV in the state of Illinois. Like I said, especially after talking to the heads up there in Springfield, telling me that I have a right to do it, and here they go. It's all a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy to deprive me of my rights, and they're doing it on camera.
I'll leave the link to Tyrant Terminator Audits in the description below. If you visit him, tell him Here's the Deal sent you. I'll also leave the link to the Woodstock Police Department and McHenry County Sheriff's Office Facebook pages in the description if you want to respectfully redress your grievances with this governing body. If you like these commentary videos, maybe you'll like some of my others. Check out my most popular videos playlist. There's a lot of content that unfortunately is still in play that you probably haven't seen yet. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. Subscribe, like, and share this video. If you want to support the channel further, the links are in the description. Sign up to my email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. Grab a shirt, become a channel member, but more importantly, know what your rights are and exercise your rights. If you don't exercise those rights, somebody out there will remove them from you. I'll see you in the next video.